Good morning student, myself Mili Sankhla, and in our subject structure analysis part 1, in today's session we discuss about equation of SI. Okay, now first of all we start with our first equation of beam. Equation of static indeterminacy for SI of beam. Okay, that means first of all we discuss about the static indeterminacy equation for beam. Here I take a two type of beam. First is our fixed beam and second is our cantilever beam. Okay, now if internal hinge not given, okay, there are two type of beam. In first beam, if internal hinge is given, internal hinge is not given, in that condition our equation of static indeterminacy will be changed. Okay, if internal hinge not given, that means this type of simple beam. Okay, that is our first is our fixed beam and second is our cantilever beam. Now what is the equation of ds? ds is equal to summation of DAC plus DSI, where DAC is equal to external indeterminacy and DSI is equal to internal indeterminacy. Okay, now you remember that for DSI, beam is equal to always 0. Internal indeterminacy for our beam is always 0. Only and only we find out DAC. Now what is the equation of DAC? DAC is equal to our external indeterminacy and that is equal to capital R minus small r, where capital R is equal to number of support reaction and small r is equal to number of static condition. Okay, and this static condition is equal to three type of static condition. First is our sigma h is equal to 0, then second is our sigma v is equal to 0 and third is equal to sigma m is equal to 0. Okay, now second we find out SI of beam. Okay, but in this type of beam internal hinge is given. So first of all our equation of ds is equal to DAC plus DSI. Now for beam DSI is equal to always 0. Okay, here DAC is equal to capital R minus small r. What is capital R? Capital R is equal to number of support reaction and small r is equal to our static equilibrium condition, that is sigma h, sigma v and sigma m. But here when internal hinge is given in beam, in that condition we have to change small r. Number of internal hinge is given in beam, we add in small r. Here in fixed beam, two internal hinge is given, so I take number of internal hinge given in beam simply for calculation. Okay, 3 is equal to our sigma h, sigma v and sigma m, and two internal hinges given, so here I take a 2, that means small r is equal to 3 plus 2 5. Okay, small r is equal to 3 our actual condition and 2 is equal to this two internal hinge is given in fixed beam. Okay, that is our DAC for capital R minus small r when internal hinge is given in beam. Now second, equation of static indeterminacy, that is for frame. If in our data this type of figure is given where rectangle shape is occur and this is our example of frame. Okay, then again for frame two type of condition, if internal hinge is given and if internal hinge is not given. Okay, first we discuss for internal hinge is not given in frame. Okay, and here I take two figure, first is simple and second two frame. Okay, now what is the equation of DSI? DSI for frame is equal to 3C, where C is equal to number of area enclosed by member of frame. In first frame we can see that 1, 2, 3, 4 member enclose this area, that means for first figure cell area is equal to 1, and in second figure again look at this is open, this one is open and this one is open, only this area is enclosed, so here again C is equal to 1. Okay, that means C is equal to number of area enclosed by member of frame, and DAC is equal to capital R minus small r. Again capital R is equal to our number of support reaction and small r is equal to our three static condition, because here we discuss about plane frame. Okay, for plane frame only three static condition. Now second case, SI of frame, but which condition? When internal hinge is given in frame. Okay, Here I take a figure. In this figure, look at this. At this point, internal hinge is given, the center point. Okay. Now, we first equation of DSI is equal to 3C minus RR. C we already discussed. C is equal to number of area enclosed by member of frame. Here we can see this one is open. Again this one is open. Here is open. 1 and 2. This 2 area enclosed by member of frame, that means your C is equal to 2. Okay, and RR. RR means number of member connected to internal hinge minus 1. Here number of member connected to internal hinge, that means 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then 4 minus 1. That will I will explain you at time of SI and K. Okay, now DSC is common, capital R minus small r again. Okay, R is equal to number of static condition, that we already discussed number of times, and RR is equal to number of member connected to internal hinge minus 1. Okay, remember it. Now next one, equation of static indeterminacy for truss. Now how you recognize that this figure is truss? Okay, at time of theory I explain you the shape of triangle in which figure given. This is the figure of truss. Okay, here look at this. This one is triangle shape, this one is triangle shape, that means this geometry is the truss. Okay, now SI of truss, again notation is equal to DS. In DS, DAC plus DSI. DSI is equal to our external indeterminacy and DAC is equal to our internal indeterminacy. DAC is common, that is capital R minus small r. Again repeat, R is equal to number of support reaction and small r is equal to static condition. Okay, but DSI is change. DSI is equal to M plus R minus 2J, where M is equal to number of member, R is equal to static condition, and J for joint. J for joint, that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the number of joint is given in truss. Okay, DAC capital R minus small r and DSI is equal to M plus R minus 2J. This all equation you compulsory remember. Okay, now equation of static indeterminacy for grid, that is the last structural grid. In grid, equation of SI is directly given, that is DS 3M plus R minus 3J. Okay, M for member, R for support reaction, this is capital R, and J for joint. Okay, next we discuss KI of number of KI, that means kinematic indeterminacy for given structure. Now first of all, what is kinematic indeterminacy and degree of freedom? Okay, here we discuss kinematic. First we discuss SI and second we discuss kinematic indeterminacy, and second name of this kinematic indeterminacy, that is degree of freedom. Okay, now this definition we understand. Number of additional equation required to find out displacement of joint, that is known as degree of freedom or kinematic indeterminacy. Okay, again I am repeating you. Number of additional equation required to find out displacement of joint, that is known as degree of freedom or kinematic indeterminacy. This term is opposite of SI. In SI we find out number of unknown forces, and in KI we find out displacement of joint. Okay, now one by one, again this will we explain, this we understand with support reaction. Okay, support reaction, if you remember in SI, roller support resists one vertical force. Now in KI, roller support allowing for which type of displacement? Okay, roller support is allowing for horizontal displacement, that means H, and it is also allowing for moment. Okay, this is the degree of freedom of roller support. Okay, please pay your attention here. Second, pin support, or we can say that hinge support. If you remember in SI, hinge support is allowing for horizontal and vertical. Here hinge support resists two type of forces, horizontal and vertical. That means hinge support or pin support allowing for displacement, that is moment. Okay, now fixed support, horizontal, vertical and moment. That means hinge support is not allowing, fixed support is not allowing for any type of displacement. Degree of freedom for this fixed support is 0. Again, simple support is given. That means simple support is taking only vertical load and it's allowing for moment and also for horizontal reaction. Now here internal hinge is given. For internal hinge, okay, in small r for beam we have to add +1 condition. Now which degree of freedom is allowing from this internal hinge? Okay, now one by one. Here internal hinge is allowing for moment. Okay, second he allowing from horizontal displacement and it allowing for vertical displacement. Okay, moment, that means internal hinge is allowing for 4 degree of freedom. Next, internal roller is allowing for moment and horizontal displacement. Okay, then vertical displacement, moment m, then here m, h and vertical. That means internal roller is allowing for 5 degree of freedom. Okay, internal roller is allowing for 5 degree of freedom. Now here we discuss guided roller. Okay, this is our simple vertical roller that we already discussed. Now we discuss for this guided roller. Okay, now if you remember, this vertical guided roller is allowing for vertical displacement because support reaction is horizontal and moment. Okay, and displacement means particular joint, particular support reaction is allowing from how much displacement. Okay, how much degree of freedom. Here this horizontal vertical guided roller is allowing from vertical displacement if our guided roller is placed like horizontal, just like this way. Okay, then it is allowing from horizontal displacement. Clear? Degree of freedom means simply the given support or given joint is allowing from allowing for movement. Okay, now next, equation of kinematic indeterminacy. First equation is Ki of beam. Notation of this Ki is equal to dk. Again condition is same. First is for internal hinge is not given and second is for internal hinge is given. Now dk is equal to 3j minus r. J for joint, again here I take a two figure. First is fixed beam and second is cantilever beam. J for joint and r for number of support reaction, dk. After find out this kinematic indeterminacy, we find out neglect axial deformation, that means dk NAD. Okay, what is the equation of this dk NAD? Dk NAD is equal to dk minus m. Okay, dk we already find out, and m is equal to number of axial deformation. How we neglect this axial deformation, that I will explain at time of find out SI and KI of B. Okay. Now KI of beam for internal hinge is given. Okay, for that here I take another figure of prop cantilever beam, and in this figure this is internal hinge. Now what is the equation of internal hinge for Ki for when internal hinge is given in beam? dk is equal to 3j plus j dash minus r plus rr, where rr is equal to number of member connected to internal hinge minus 1. Here 2 member is connected, so 2 minus 1. Second, capital R is equal to number of support reaction. J is equal to number of joint, 1, 2. And J dash is equal to number of internal hinge. Here J dash is given 1. Okay. Now dk NAD is equal to dk minus m. Dk we already find out, and m is equal to number of axial deformation. Okay. That is for beam. Different type of structure, m will be changed. Now second structure, second component is our frame. Again equation of kinematic indeterminacy, that means our degree of freedom, and Ki of frame. Here we find out Ki of frame. There are two type of part. First, internal hinge is not given, and second, internal hinge is given. Okay. Now internal hinge is not given. dk is equal to 3j minus r, same equation of beam. Okay, 3j, that means frame and beam is subjected to rigid joint. That's why it registers three type of forces: axial force, shear force, and bending moment. That's why here 3j is written. 3j, j for joint, r for number of support reaction according to given support. Okay, now dk NAD is equal to dk minus m, where dk NAD is equal to neglect axial deformation. Here m is equal to number of member. Okay, in beam, if you remember, m is equal to number of axial deformation, and for this frame, m is equal to number of member. Okay, now if internal hinge is given, in that condition equation of this frame is same as equation of beam, that is equal to 3j plus j dash minus r plus rr, where j is equal to number of joint, j dash is equal to number of internal hinge, r is equal to support reaction, and rr is equal to number of member connected to internal hinge minus 1. Okay, then dk NAD is equal to dk minus m, m is equal to number of member. Okay, now third one, ki of truss. Here our equation is changed because truss is subjected to two force: axial compressive force and axial horizontal and axial vertical. Okay, that means truss is resist only two type of forces, horizontal and vertical. So here write down 2j. In beam and frame resist three type of. Okay, and here only 2j minus r, j for joint, r is equal to number of support reaction. Okay, and sorry, dk NAD is equal to dk minus m, where m is equal to number of displacement of joint. Okay, and dk NAD for truss is equal to always 0, and why is 0, that again I will explain you at time of SI and KI. Now last, KI of grid. KI of grid is equal to, again equation is equal to dk 3j minus r. Okay, and dk j for joint, r for support reaction. But in ki of grid, dk is equal to dk NAD. Why dk is equal to dk NAD in this grid? Okay, look at this. Here I write down dk is equal to dk NAD. That means there is no need to find out axial deformation. If you remember, at the time of theory portion I explain you, grid is subjected to three type of forces. First force is our shear force, second is our bending moment, and third is equal to twisting moment. Okay, here no axial force. That means in grid type of structure, axial force is equal to 0. If our axial force is 0, then why we neglect this axial deformation? So in grid type of structure, our dk is equal to dk NAD. Okay, now in this today session we discuss about equation of SI and KI for different type of component like beam, frame, truss, and grid. Okay, Ki is equal to kinematic indeterminacy. That means that is our degree of freedom. Okay, now in today's session we stop here. In next session we discuss for theory of principle of superposition and Maxwell reciprocal theorem. Okay, just now we stop here.